God's speech is not like your speech. When you utter a word, the word seems outside of you. But there is nothing outside of God, and no place is empty of him. Even when God speaks and words become worlds, the absolute union of God and creation is unbroken, and hence God has not changed. As breath is veiled in sound becoming word to a listener, so God's light is veiled in form becoming creation to the created. God perceives no other, for everything is God without distinction. This is what is meant when it is written that darkness and light are the same to God. Even the shells of self are not other than God, just as a turtle's shell is not other than the turtle. Thus it is written, Yahweh is Elohim. Torah speaks as humans speak, giving the impression of duality. But there is no duality in God, and the one light animates all worlds, including even those mired in self and otherness. Unawakened selves are called other gods, their otherness falsely derived from their imagined distance from God. Perceiving nothing but themselves, they proclaim themselves gods, saying, I am, and there is nothing besides me. Thus arrogance is the heart of idolatry, but arrogance is rooted in delusion, for there is nothing but God. Torah and God are entirely one. Thus, when you are engaged in Torah, both through study and spiritual practice, you and God are one. Engaging in spiritual practice represents God's innermost will, and the practices are called the organs of the king. When you engage in such practice, you become an organ of divine will. Thus, when your hand distributes funds to the poor, it becomes the hand of God and a vehicle of godliness. Study of Torah arouses great awe arouses sublime wisdom, and sublime wisdom reveals your unity with God. As our sages said, if there is no wisdom, there is no awe. You may not immediately achieve such awe, yet even so do not abandon the practices, for they can transform you over time. Creation is the interplay of opposites. The highest realm of godliness is balanced by the other side of selfishness, and just as the first reveals unity, the latter reveals diversity. Do not mistake opposites for enemies. The self is not in rebellion against God, but actually serves God. Just as Balaam says, I cannot violate the word of God, so the self cannot violate the will of God. Yet human ignorance can be so great as to allow for the illusion of rebellion against God, rooted